After a 7-day hot spring trip, we returned to the Silver Dragon Castle. At this moment, the confidant of the Silver Dragon Queen found my master and told her the news. Her confidant told her that my master wanted to meet her. After meeting as agreed, my master asked the Silver Dragon Queen about my news, and she answered truthfully. At this moment, my master told her not to let me return to the empire. She promised my master, but she made a condition to him. The 7-day hot spring tour has ended. The 7 days passed very quickly, and the hot spring trip ended with anticipation and excitement. Noah and Muin had a very fulfilling 7 days. They not only visited many places at the resort with Leon and Roswitha, but also watched beautiful fireworks at night. They also went to the water park together to play. They had a very happy 7-day vacation. Although Leon and Roswitha smoothly made it through the 7-day holiday, they experienced a few events during this time that brought subtle changes to the relationship between them. Now, they have finally returned to their daily lives. After returning to the Silver Dragon Castle, Roswitha immediately immersed herself in her work and dealt with various documents sent to the office during the holiday period. At this moment, Sherry, who was sent to search for Leon's master, returned to the Silver Dragon Castle. She knelt down on one knee in front of Roswitha's desk and reported the intelligence she had collected to her. Upon hearing the news brought to her by Sherry, Roswitha was somewhat surprised. She reconfirmed the news to Sherry. "Have you found the tiger and his wife?" Sherry replied, "Yes, Your Majesty." Sherry slowly stood up from the ground. She placed her hands behind her and continued to explain the relevant information to Roswitha very seriously. "While I was hovering around the periphery of the empire, I stumbled upon their hiding place. That place is very secretive, and there are shielding magic arrays set up around it. Without the ability to fly, no one can go over at all." Upon hearing Sherry's words, Roswitha furrowed her brow slightly and felt somewhat puzzled. For humans, even the most agile individuals would never consider living in such a dangerous place. Why are they hiding there? And as humans, how did they get up there? Then, Sherry mentioned information related to Tiger. "Your Majesty, I can feel that the human named Tiger is very powerful. He is not in the same dimension as other dragon slayers. He can easily kill me if he wants to." Recalling Tiger's threatening gaze, Sherry still felt a little scared. She could feel the strong aura emanating from Tiger's body, even crushing her aura. After speaking, Sherry silently lowered her head. Tiger's sharp eyes still lingered in her mind, making it difficult for her to forget. Seeing Sherry's reaction, Roswitha felt a little surprised. She rarely sees Sherry so nervous. She silently said in her heart, "Although Sherry is good at infiltrating and gathering intelligence, and her combat effectiveness is relatively weak, she is still one of my confidants. Even the top dragon slayer among humans may not be able to easily kill her." Surprisingly, Sherry is able to receive such a high rating. It seems that Leon's master is not simple. Roswitha put down the document in her hand and lightly tapped her desk, pondering some things. From Sherry's words, she could infer that Tiger was also a person with strong martial arts skills and considerable abilities. At this moment, Sherry remembered something else. She said to Roswitha, "Actually, I was discovered when I entered the field. But after he found out that I was from the Silver Dragon clan, he let me go and even asked me to bring you a sentence." Roswitha felt a little curious. She crossed her hands on the table and looked at Sherry, asking her, "A sentence?" Sherry said what Tiger wanted to convey to Roswitha. "He wants to see you." Although Tiger only left this sentence for Roswitha and did not say any other information, Roswitha still felt a little surprised. She didn't expect Tiger to personally meet with her, the queen of the Silver Dragon clan. She couldn't help but admire his courage. She looked ahead with serious eyes and made a decision. "Since that's the case, of course I have to go see him once." Night gradually descended upon the Silver Dragon castle, and the moon slowly rose into the night sky. After everyone in the Silver Dragon castle had rested, Roswitha and Sherry transformed into dragon forms. Under Sherry's leadership, Roswitha flew with Sherry to Tiger's location. Under the moonlight, a silver dragon and a purple dragon crossed the rolling mountains and advanced towards more complex terrain. A few hours later, Roswitha and Sherry arrived at the area where Tiger lived. This area is filled with steep cliffs everywhere. A large number of stones are piled up around here. A huge waterfall appeared in front of them. The waterfall flows from a very high cliff to the river beneath their feet. The sound of gurgling water makes people feel very at ease. There are basically no villages or any signs of human activity around. It is obvious that this area is not a place where ordinary people can live for a long time. After transforming into human form, Sherry raised her hand and pointed in the direction of the waterfall. She showed Roswitha where Tiger was located. Tiger and his wife are right behind that waterfall. He wants you to go in alone. Roswitha nodded lightly, indicating that she had understood the information Sherry had said. She looked ahead with serious eyes and walked towards the waterfall. She said to Sherry standing behind her, "If I don't come back in an hour, you know what to do." Sherry understood what Roswitha's words meant. She stood respectfully in place and bowed to Roswitha, saying to her, "Yes, please be more careful, Your Majesty." Roswitha lifted her hand and used her magical energy to form a protective shield from getting wet. As she slowly walked into the waterfall, she noticed a huge cave inside. At this moment, she saw a man sitting on a stone bench brewing tea. Roswitha looked ahead carefully at the man. She was very certain that the person sitting on the stone bench was the one who called her here. He is Leon's master. The man sitting at the stone table is Leon's master, Tiger. Although he has white hair and a white beard, he doesn't look weak. He emitted a special aura from his body. He looks very calm. He was wearing a plain dark blue outfit and a brown cloak on his shoulders. He poured tea leaves into the teapot and picked up the kettle to pour water into it. Noticing that Roswitha had arrived here, Tiger put down the kettle and looked up at her. He raised his hand and gestured for Roswitha to sit on the stone bench opposite him. "Please." Roswitha didn't thank Tiger. She walked silently to the position of the stone bench and whispered in her heart, I have fought countless dragon slayers, and Leon is the only opponent that I find difficult to deal with. The courage and majesty of the person in front of me are just like Leon back then. No, even stronger than him. Tiger continued to pour water into the teapot with a serious gaze. After seeing Tiger, Roswitha felt that Sherry's evaluation of him was correct. She could feel a very strong aura in him that only strong people possess. The aura emanating from him was completely different from the dragon slayer she had encountered. After seeing Roswitha sit down, Tiger poured the brewed tea into a teacup and pushed it in front of her. He said to her, "2 years have passed. I have been waiting for an opportunity to meet you." Roswitha crossed her hands in front of her chest. She looked at the teacup very cautiously and didn't drink tea immediately. "Leon, is he okay?" Tiger lifted his head to look at Roswitha and asked her about Leon's situation.